Coming up to the stage, Matt Thomsen.
Oh yeah. That's my man.
Howdy. Good to meet you guys. Unlike probably most of you guys here, I grew up in Minnesota, and as a direct result of that, I've got a cultural imperative to be a fan of the Vikings. And I'm not talking about the Minnesota Vikings football team. I'm talking about the people that used to stab the Irish with swords and stuff like that. You know, it's at the point where I used to dress up as a Viking for like Halloween and stuff like that. I had a good time doing that, but I eventually realized I was getting a little bit too old for that when my wife threw out my helmet last week. It was tough. But I know there's more ways than one to be a Viking if you want to be a Viking. I mean, you got to think about it a little bit. I thought to myself, all right, maybe I'll grow a beard. And so I have to make a decision now as to whether or not I actually want to grow a beard, which is kind of a weird thing in and of itself because most people don't make a decision on that. It's just usually, a 3-day weekend. You get a little bit of vacation maybe you're unemployed. And the stubble gets to sort of a tipping point. You just look at your razor and say, fuck it, it's a beard now. Now that said, there are plenty of people out there that can grow a well-trimmed beard, a good beard that looks professional maybe. I got to be careful not to piss off Big Beard. That's a very, very powerful lobby with Congress there. You piss them off, you get ZZ Top and Santa Claus waiting out back with a chair, and bad things happen. But if I try to grow a beard, one side of my face works out pretty well. It gets some stubble, gets going. The other side of the face has like a big bald spot on it, which is kind of shitty. It ends up looking like somebody pasted some pubes on a flesh-colored balloon or something like that, and that's not good for anybody. There's a very limited number of beard styles that I could trim myself into where I wouldn't look like I need some sort of helmet. And my wife having just sold my helmet, I've got troubles. Now, the other thing you can do for being a Viking, I think, would be, you got to just be kind of tough. You got to be maybe not strong specifically, but you got to be able to endure. You got to be able to, endure harsh elements and stuff like that. But that's getting tougher for me now. I'm 36. Things are starting to break down, as other people have said over the course of the evening. Me personally, you might notice I'm wearing glasses. I didn't need glasses up until about 10 years ago. I was driving at night. I happened to live in Las Vegas at that point. Driving at night, and I couldn't see the lines in the road. And I was convinced for the longest time that it was either the dry air or my constant drinking. But eventually, I realized that I just had bad eyes, and I had to get them fixed and stuff like that. And for any of you guys who are worried about my health after that comment there, don't worry, I've sworn off of dry air. It's not something I'm going to inhale anymore. I stay away from hair dryers. Those bathroom blowers are absolutely awful. Except you were great. Call me out. But the problem with those, especially, you ever been in those the bathrooms where not only do they have the bathroom blower, but they took out the actual paper towels and stuff like that? Those are awful. You sit on those. It takes 5 minutes to actually get your hands dry. You look like some sort of demented housefly or some sort of cartoon villain. And I get tired before it's halfway through, and I end up wiping my hands on my pants, and I look like I just pissed all over myself, which is never great. But all right. So I'm not going to be someone who has lots of endurance. Maybe I'm not going to have a beard. But all right. What do I've got body hair. I've got body hair, and that's a good thing. I remember being a kid and looking up to other kids, older brothers maybe when they were playing basketball or something like that. They'd have a tank top on, go up for a shot, and they just got this gigantic patch of armpit hair going on. It's something I looked up to. And so when I started growing chest hair, I felt great. I felt like I was becoming a man. I was eloquent. I was powerful. The problem, though, when I started growing chest hair, at least at first, was it exclusively grew around my nipples. It's very weird. It's very long, too. It's like 4 or 5 inches of nipple hair, which is very weird. Long enough, though, that I got kind of tempted at one point to braid it. I almost went through with it, but I didn't do that because I was trying to get a girlfriend at some point, and I had no idea what type of girl would actually like braided nipple hair. So that was my plan. It's a complicated thing. I think maybe too complicated. Instead of becoming a Viking, I'm just gonna go watch some football.
Yeah, baby! You killed it! Woo!
Keep it going for Drew Carey, everybody.